Well, looks like Insane's not exactly team picked either with the Grumble Volcano coming in, but Toad's Factory from... I think
BNL's
that's
Toad
Tom's
Factory.
me.
That is Tom's me. Giving them TF when they're first, I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Maybe they're going to try and just draft and hit him out first, but this definitely being one of the tracks where you can hold first. We'll see if Olifere can get that draft off of first, but it doesn't look like it. Insane actually did swerve out the way and lagged just a slight bit, so he's going to be able to hold first for now, and it's going to be a decent 2-3 at the moment for the side of BNL.
Gotta see what's happening. Obviously, the two baggers are doing the strat, but they go forwards and hope that the 9-10 can maybe pull a bill, but that was a wait what.
Wait, that had to be a BNL red. They were like 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe a slight miscommunication error. He just didn't see him there on his screen. But that's gonna extend Canada's top 2 break for
Has
Nero.
that red just gone for Tom? That red's just gone for Tom. I think Olifere maybe lagging a bit maybe in the room because
maybe they're all angry.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not meant to be redding Tom or any of his own team, but he's managed to do so.
This is very good spots right now for Apollo. I actually see racing forwards at the moment, so I'm not sure if he is a racer. We'll have to see.
Find out. No, he's
no. So Apollo racing forwards like 35 seconds into the race, so possible really early shock for Apollo. And
I think Olifire's just connected with another Benelux member with his red shells.
I mean, he's got the blue at least. So
he has got the blue, so he's going to kill one of the Canada spots, but
I mean,
unfortunately...
the majority of this Canada lineup is up here, though, as we did see quite a little bit of team killing come out from BNL. That POW's not going to do too much. TC won't get past in the end over to Olifere, and he should be able to hold his 6th place for now. But it's looking very unlikely that they can do much else with the rest of this race. This top 4 is quite gone. I think there must be another BNL member up here, possibly Sora.
Yeah, there's one or two.
I think Sora's in 3rd because the Rosalina, but I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, possibly a top 2-4. Meggy is right at the end. Maybe we might see that shot we were talking about.
No, Sander was in a bill, but I don't think they opted to use it there.
Okay, I think that was quite a good race for Canada. Just because right at the start, we saw Olifere did get redded, probably most likely by a BNM member, and then Olifere did then decide to red 2 people on the side of what's his face? Past Jonah. Apparently there might be some lag on thingy's end. Yeah, that was a top 2-4. And 6 for Jonah, so not too sure what happened to the bill at the end, but I guess it was helpful enough. 10-11 as well for Canada, so not the best spots they could have got for obviously getting that 10th isn't ideal, but they still did get a top 2, 4, 6, so we're going to be seeing straight off the bat a plus 15 for Canada, which is quite good. And BNL can't play like that really. They made some very easy, foolish mistakes right at the start of the race, and then they really couldn't punish that breakaway from Canada, even though they did get that blue shell. Shock wasn't used that race, so I'm not too sure if they were just struggling to get dodges at the back or if that was actually Seek holding it. We'll never know, but all we do know is that was a very dominant front run from Canada on TF, which I think was quite a silly track pick maybe, but worked out anyway.
See if I can get Jonah's stream back in sync. For some weird reason it's decided to fall behind, but
he'd fallen behind a while.
Yeah, he's fallen behind by about 30 seconds. He was still holding his head like he'd not done very well. We've got more encoding overloaded. Well done, my computer, for that fantastic performance. I'll see if I can do anything else to fix that. And
yeah, the BNO aren't using their main lineup, so it is expected they're not going to be doing the same kind of performances which we did see them before. But
Olifire's had a bad moment, if I'm honest. That's
straight off the line.
Not ideal for him.
I think it's fine actually. I mean, being in 10th on Delfino with a 5 second away from first is completely fine. He should be able to get a golden or a star. Does get the golden, which is probably the worst of the two. You would like to get that chain on the double, but he'll just be spamming his golden just up here. And should be able to take that golden cut. Oh no, he actually decides to hold it. So, I'm not too sure which one I agree with. I think that's complete. I think it's fine to do the double that way, the double strap, but he gets himself up to second, which is fair enough. But we do have, once again, Canada are dominating the front of the pack. Mikey, Neuro and Slider all going to be around Olafray, and it's going to be pretty hard for him to contend with these three, and he does need support from the rest of his team, which are back there at the moment. Hopefully Apollo can do something to sort that one out as well, we'll have to see.
Unfortunately, it looks like, regardless of what we've tried, Jonah is about 30 seconds behind Olafray for some reason, so we'll have to swap next race, but regardless, Olafray not getting a box there, has to watch out for that banana, does still make the little dock cut there. Gets tapped by a bagger, that is going to be sick, but it's not actually going to slow him down at all, so I'm not sure that's going to be penalised whatsoever.
Alright. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too much, but once again, quite a lot of mid spots for this BNL team. They do have the 4-5-6, sorry, at the moment. We're going into lap 3. We do see 9-10 of the races are quite a while back, so most likely they're not going to be doing too good. Runs into that fib, so he should get an item right now to take double. Not too sure. We most likely do see shocks at this point, so we'll have to see what team decides to go for that. He's going to get Powed actually, so Powed pulled in 9th. Not too sure if he was holding that for a while. I don't even know if you can get Powers in 9th, but he's going to get triple streams anyway, so quite lucky to get those. And quite a lot of people failed double. He went from 7th to 5th, just from overtaking no one since people did fall off.
You're going to be seeing Benelux in 3-4 though, so they're doing okay if...
Depends who got first.
Yeah, I
I think it was Canada though. Just because Canada were up there for pretty much the majority of the race. We'll have to have a look, but yeah, I'm not too sure. It depends who those two people were that kind of fell off somewhere near the double, because he went from 7th to 5th, and if that was two BNL members, that's not going to be too good. But on the other end, if that was two Canada members, then possibly they could have salvaged those mid spots a lot to hold that race together. But we'll have to see as we're waiting for the coveted 30-second rule. Yeah, it was Mikey up there the whole time, so they do get the 3-4, but at the same time, right behind them is the rest of Canada in 5, 6, 7, top 2, 5, 6, 7, and 11th, which is a very strong race. Bottom 3 races coming out for Benelux, and that 12th place, so that's going to extend the lead even further. That was a very dominant race, 46-27, which is going to push our lead already over the 30-point mark in 2 races, so 34-point lead in 2 for Canada, and yeah, I think they might start running away with this if BNL don't do something about it soon. I think we've actually seen 2 BNL track picks in a row which Canada have dominated, so we need to start seeing some more shocks from Apollo, because shock came in pretty much last second from the side.
Apparently we're very slightly behind. What I'm going to do is, I think because Jonah is that far behind, we will probably cut him for this GP at least. We'll see if we can get him back, but just to see if we can maybe fix some of the buffering issues we're having, we're going to axe Jonah. We might move to Mikey if he's got his stream up at this point, but Olafray is going to be our perspective for the remainder of this GP. As we go into Cooper Cape for the 3rd race, I think Cooper Cape's going to be favouring potentially those top 2 if they can get a green, perform the Shrumba. Going to be seeing what Olafray can do though. 3rd place, as he is going to be trying to get that box. He gets a green. If top 2 don't get a green, he has that opportunity of a Shrumba. Looks like Mikey's got it though, and still got this green. Sora does have the reds in front of him. At this point, Olafray's clearly going to have to just worry about what he could do with this green. Is he going to go for a lap 2 Shrumba, hope that he can stay in the top spots for that long, or is he just going to try hitting either Neuro or Mikey in front of him?
There's no need to do anything with it really. He does go for that snipe off the wall and down the stream, but nothing's going to happen from it. I don't think he'd be taking stream, but most likely one of these top 2 does have a green, and as soon as I say that, he actually does hit that zapper, and that's going to push Slide up there, and that TC was very laggy. No idea where it's gone, but that slowed Olafray down a god ton, and that's going to send him all the way down to 10.
He was bumped into the waterfall 2 or 3 times. We do see Sander ends up as the victim of the TC, but that star could be useful potentially for the shortcut. Yeah, we're actually seeing him hold it, so potentially Apollo... Oh no, he's going to be using it here. I was going to say maybe he was not.
Yeah, Insane's back
yeah.
here and Jonah as well, but I think Canada, I think Mikey's still up there in first. So they should be good for the meantime. It's quite a tight pack for Cooper Keep lap 2, so going to be seeing quite a lot of those golden cuts possibly. We do see most popular shock spots are either this set here, lap 2/3, and the first set, lap 3. So we haven't seen an impactful shock yet. We didn't see one last race, and the one we saw, the other race, was pretty much right at the line when everyone finished. So maybe one of the baggers has pulled it. It is KC, so we don't see the most shocks on this track just because it's very hard to actually get boxes when you're trying to bump each other off all the time. But coming into the later stages of lap 3, we have Insane and Sora in 3-4. We're not too sure on what's going on in the top 2 spots. I still think Mikey is up there. Blue Shell actually did come in, I think, or
Yeah.
got hit by something.
For people that don't know, one of the potential uses of the shock here is for the final set. They try to chain people into box if they haven't got anything. We're going to be seeing Slide go down. If Benelux have the shock, it might be used about here to get them into boxes. Yeah, looks like that might have been the case there.
Yeah, I think that was unlucky for Olafray. They did go for that chain into boxes. They actually TS Jonah as well on that cut, but he wasn't able to get anything from that. I don't think it mattered too much just because Sora and the other BNL member did finish ahead of him, so not too much was going to come even if he did get shocked into a box. But the fact that they were shocking into boxes probably meant that quite a lot of the top spots still were held by BNL, so Canada, sorry. So we'll have to see. I think Mikey did stay up there the entire race. We didn't really see him too much. Slide did manage to, I think, get up there as well. We'll have to see as we wait for the last little bit of time. Yeah, Mikey held his first for the whole race, so that's going to push him to 38 and 3. Insane did get third, but that's actually quite a good race. Bottom 4 races this time for the side of Canada. They did get that 11th bag in, but that's definitely going to be a race win for Benelux. Not by too much though, only a +3. But +3 is better than losing a race by 15, which they did the other 2 races. So it's going to slightly bring the point differential back. It's only 31 this time instead of 34. So all they need is these slight race wins to get back into it. They need to keep it consistent if they're going for small race wins, but they are hoping to get more than that. +3 when you get shock isn't the best thing that you can get, but yeah, they pulled. No, unfortunately, we pulled a POW and used it and screwed me for getting second. Unlucky. I think that top 2 would have actually swayed it to a +1 for Canada, but yeah, Bino getting that race win is going to be helpful for them, and hopefully they can keep up that kind of consistency.
I mean, we're waiting for this final. Okay, there we go. It does now start the randomizer, but going to be seeing potentially a coconut mole. No, it's going to be. Yeah, it is coconut mole. There we go. And that's probably going to be benefiting the kind of middle spots that can get shrooms. Maybe take the shortcuts.
Right.
So
I think whoever gets golden first box is gonna look at getting a very hefty front run going.
Olafray's a potential beneficiary, and the
triple shrooms still decent.
Yeah, not the worst. You can still take the shortcut with them, so he's gonna have to watch out. No, opting to take a single, that's fair enough. Maybe holding the rest of his shrooms to either do them other laps or
right.
Maybe just use them elsewhere. That's probably fair enough, given he saw the TC as well. He might not have wanted to risk it.
I still think using all 3 there probably would have been better, just because by using 1, you leave yourself with 2, so you can't take the full cut next lap anyway. You can still take that single both laps if you do get lucky and somehow hold both shrooms till then, but he's given Canada this top 3. He actually does get bumped slightly, so he's forced to use 1 already. He's going to be most likely... Oh, Sora pulls out Reds and hits him. That's not what he wanted to do with his last 2 shrooms. Gets bumped into a wall and then redded by his team, so even though that... Blue Shell did come in, I still think that's Canada all the way up there in most of the top spots. 3-4-5 though for BNL as Leo does shroom up into 3rd. 2 blue lines, just want to point that out. 2 blue lines for the side of BNL, the European squad, so that's what you love to see.
And we are going to be going towards the final lap just here Obviously, Olafray has that ready. Can't really throw it forwards with Leo and Sora ahead of him, but opting to not pull it out whatsoever. Not getting a box there. Not too sure if that's the best kind of thing to do, just holding your item instead of getting a chain, but we'll have to see if it pays off. That POW, however, could cause a bit of trouble. Tom actually dodges in a bill. Biggest question there, is the bill going to take him the high route? Not sure if it did. I don't think it did, actually, so he was able to hold on to first place so far. Sora and Olafray making up 3-5, so Benelux having a quite good race so far. But unfortunately at the final car...
Why do you say it? Why do you talk?
Why do I talk? I don't know.
That's just a misplay. And that's... Canada had first that whole time, didn't they? I think.
They did until Tom came in, yeah.
I don't think that's going to be a very good race. But it's still going to be like probably even, but they could have got that race win hitting that car. He went from 4th to 9th. He was possibly going to lose 1 or 2 spots from people streaming past him. Tom did hold first, so 1-4, but that could have easily been a 1-4-5 or a 1-3-4. So not the best coming out from Olafray there. But it's still going to be a very even race, like I said. Benelux still are going to be taking the race, but only by 1 point, and he pretty much lost 10 points there, so he could have definitely got a lot better than that. But that's going to conclude GP1. Mikey, Insane, and Neuro heading up the GP with their top 3, and Jonah, my MVP pick, did slightly disappoint me, but still, he's got to be happy that his team do have quite a good lead going for him. 30 and 1 GP is nothing to be ashamed of, and it's going to be good for them to hold that one.
Yeah, we'll be starting the second GP very shortly. I've very quickly got to fix the text box, which has gone wrong, basically. But regardless, definitely a winning GP for Canada by 30. Not the biggest of boundaries, but obviously Benelux have to do something soon to be able to
right.
get what they need.
I mean, 30 points in 8 races is very minuscule, but at the same point, you're still down 30 points. And 30 points, we're looking at a top 4-9 in a 5v5 is
it's
29
even more
points.
For me.
So
there we go.
I know it's a 6v6, but 30 points is definitely good to have at this point of the war. And if they keep extended that, that's the kind of thing that happens. If I know 30 points isn't much just in 4 races, but they have 8 races left to bring it back. But if they keep losing races, then they're going to have to deal with a bigger point differential with less races, and then the average amount you have to win a race by increases and increases and increases, and then it just kind of gets impossible to come back. But definitely not out of it. I mean, in 2-3 races time, we might be able to give a better call on who we think's going to win, but it's still all to play for at the moment, as we are going to be starting GP2. Please don't tell me I just saw someone DC. Oh my god.
Might be a DC.
I just see we're going to start a GP and just disappeared.
Not sure we are going to be starting that GP at this point, but we'll see.
Yeah. He got pushed into it, but yeah, I don't think it was...
That's a DC.
Yeah, it was a DC. I'm not too sure what happened. Maybe he missed the boost panel slightly or went a little bit wide and then got forced to go for it and then pushed into it. But I still think it's very risky when the pack is that tight in. You're definitely going to have a lot of people shrooming up at the end and slashing power items and all that. So that did cost his team quite a lot of points. But stuff happens.
Yeah. Obviously, while we're waiting, again, feel free to check out the schedule and the MK Boards forums to find out any more of the news we've had from other matches. I think UK, France, and it was Italy, Nordic being the 2 matches we missed out on today. We actually did have potential cast plans for them, but they had to reschedule, and then we didn't even realise that France was playing until too late. But
yeah, I mean, the TLDR of that is basically, wow, UK were doing really good and they had a 60-point lead, and then they nearly threw it, and they ended up winning by not 60 points. I think it was 20 in the end, and Nordic got a very upset win against them by the side of Italy, as most of the community were expecting them to get that and challenge for the second, but now they're most likely looking out of it. But yeah, Nordic. I think I did watch that Italy war from Barney himself, and it wasn't the prettiest of sights for Nordic, I'll tell you that much. Italy did have quite a lot of, I'm not going to say luck, but I guess situational luck. It's not just all-round luck, but they did get quite a lot of stars and blues and shocks when they needed it, so they managed to pull out quite a good win against Nordic. But that pretty much means that it's up to Canada and Germany to fight for the second place spot, and if Canada can keep this up, then how does that actually work then? So if Canada win this,
if Canada win this, they are 2-0-1,
right?
And then it's all down to who wins Germany-Canada.
Right.
Because obviously, if Germany win, both teams are 2-0, or both teams have
Who
2
plays
wins.
First? Who plays
Germany
first?
plays Canada tomorrow at
Okay.
5 Eastern.
Right.
I think. I'll very quickly confirm that. But
if Canada win this, and then Germany beat Canada, but Nordic beat Germany, it's still point difference.
It's still down to point difference. So
Right.
obviously, some teams are still in with a chance of getting in, but it is mainly the fight between Canada and Germany at the minute that we're having to focus on. Obviously, by tomorrow we'll find out whether or not Canada is the team to be going in with a 3-0-1, or if it will be down to
That point.
a point difference battle. But if Nordic beat Germany, I mean, looking at them, if their point difference can improve from that Germany win, they're still in with a chance. So
Right. They need to beat Germany by quite a good amount.
there's always the chance that 2 of the teams could end up with a 2-0-2 out of the 3 that we've seen. I know a lot of people are counting Nordic out because they lost to Italy, who are considered kind of like the free match.
They
by
did play
a lot
well.
of the
It
other
was a
teams.
5v5.
Yeah.
5v5s aren't the best, but they definitely did play well. Why isn't NDC so good this year compared to last year? Mainly just because, I mean, they have literally the same lineup, except for, like, we did see Mark having to play, and we've seen Buffet play. Last year, we pretty much saw like a standard D1 lineup pretty much every time, and they had Claw. And I think the main difference is obviously Shamron's having to bag instead of Claw, and Shamron is still a good bagger, but he just doesn't have as much experience as Claw. Claw did do very well for Nordic in the past 2 World Cups. He is banned at the moment, so obviously that's why they've had to bring in Shamron. But I think that, and a mix of the fact that even though they do have very good consistent players like AV Mark and Sharon, players like that, they're not on the same tier that we saw last year, where they were pretty much spamming, hey look, we need Faisal, we need Barney, we need Fox, we need Akane, Kion, and pretty much it'd be them playing every single match with Claw. So I think that's the main reason why we haven't seen Nordic perform as well as we did last time. I still think Nordic have performed well, just because they beat a very good Canada lineup. They still are yet to play Germany, so if we see them play Germany, that would be a very good match as well. Who else did they lose to? Because they're 102 right now.
Nordic.
Who was the 4th team? Nordic, Benelux.
Benelux, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so they did lose to Benelux and Italy, but still that win against Nordic. They're not a bad team, but they do have a less experienced bagger, and the fact that they just haven't played as well, I suppose, as last year.
We'll see if we can get Jonah's stream up here. Is that Jonah? That is Jonah's stream, I believe, so we'll be able to see that. There we go. So we'll be looking at Jonah if we can get the perspectives to kind of work a bit better, but as of now we'll have to wait for the room to start. Obviously the 12th person's just joined the room, so at this point, if you've just joined, we've gone through 4 races, 161 to 131 in favour of Canada at the moment. We've seen quite a few strange team plays from Benelux. There was a few reds that Olafray managed to hit his own team with on Toad's Factory for race 1, just as one example, but obviously still in with a chance of winning the war, and 30 points can easily be beaten in 1 or 2 races. So if you've been watching, feel free to put either a hashtag CanWin or a hashtag BNLWin for the team you're wanting to support for this match, and hopefully we'll be able to start shortly and bring you GP2. Another DC, not gone the greatest, but
My life is flashing before my eyes.
my life is a disconnect.
Keeping 12 players in the room. The controller has been changed. Everything's going wrong.
Everything's gone wrong. Olafray not gone so wrong yet. There we go.
Race 5. Coming 2018. In cinemas 2018.
Yeah, the reason as to why Benelux is safe is because regardless, Germany is still yet to play Canada, which means 2 teams can't go 3-0-1. You know, you can't have another team, you can't have both teams hit the 3-0-1 mark because they have to play each other at this point, which means that obviously one team has to either be handed a loss or they have to draw, which neither of which should help them at that point, but
True.
yeah, we have got Benelux that are quite safe in their position. I've seen the words Jeff subbing in. Okay, well, apparently Jeff's subbing in. I've got to load my Discord on my phone to check that because my computer appears to not be able to handle Discord at the moment. I don't know why.
Subbing in to
We've got
lineup.
We've got a few people subbing in. We'll see what's happening. We've been tagged a couple times in the captain's chat. We'll see what's happening. Okay, that's someone having to do condies. I can't, I'm afraid. I can't get anything open on my computer except the fantastic stream. Had a bit of an odd one out day with the stream deciding that it's going to have a bit of a buffering issue if I do much else, but been doing okay for the last few races. Let's have a very quick look at the stream chat. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we've got to just wait to see if Canada can hold on. If they can hold on, it is all down to Canada-Germany. And obviously, if Germany lose that, there is no way they can get through, and both Nordic and Germany are going to be out. So, Germany is basically the final hope Nordic has of qualifying. Obviously, very unlikely that they'll somehow 2-2, but I think there's still a possibility that a lot of teams can end up 2-0-2 somehow.
Yeah. All 3 can. We'll just have to wait and see when we get 12 in. Someday this year.
Someday this year. We'll have fun on the connection issues screen. We do hope it resumes soon.
Don't want any more connection issues.
Well, we've got the fancy dancy graphic for it.
As soon as I see that, I look on the MK board stream and check like the delay, and I just see someone like DC from room again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on the Weemfied page and see what's
it's all
going
gone
on.
horribly wrong, has it?
Because I'm guessing that room is not very stable at all. Let's have a look. It's either that or people are just DCing 24/7. Let's have a look. Where's the room? Here we go. Okay, so room's stable. At the moment, it's just we're missing 2 people. I'm not sure why. Hmm. What are we looking like?
We are looking like that's an issue, and that's not an issue. There we go. So
9 in.
9 in.
Play some music till we're back.
We've got some music.
I got some music. Alright, cool.
Straight like that. Straight like that.
since my only fear is living. I live for tomorrow since my only fear is to give in. You, I want you, I want you to know who I am. I want you, I want you, I want you to know who I've been.
Does look like we're actually going to be... Oh no, there's another DC. I was going to say it looks like we could be back, but... just to say that, someone does disconnect. Thankfully not at Condi's, but... You're laughing, that's commentator's curse in a nutshell, mate.
I just saw you sat there, you're like, alright, let's lower the music a bit. Unmute myself. Looks like we're ready to go.
Looks like we're ready to DC.
Literally
but,
instantly. It's literally the story of this war.
Yeah, we've got a comment actually saying that Benelux were down 16 against Germany and they won the match, so obviously they do know how to come back during matches. We'll see if this mysterious 12th player that absolutely pranked me would like to rejoin the room soon, but
Well, I'm not sure who got subbed, but I don't see Tom's me, and I think it might have been Sander. But subbing in Jeff and May are arguably two of the best performing players so far. Obviously Jeff the best performing in terms of MVP overall in the World Cup this year, and May's pack play has been absolutely insane so far. So as Jeff said, they had a secret strategy which they established before the war, where if they went down 30 points they would sub in, and I guess they're exactly down 30, so here they are, Jeff and May. And we'll have to see if they can bring it back for them. I definitely do think it's two big additions and big upgrades in this war, but yeah, they're down 30. We'll have to see if they can make that much of an influence, because it is a 6-player team. 2 players aren't going to make up the whole team, but it's definitely going to be something that BNL are hoping that goes their way in terms of that substitution. I do think we're waiting on that 12th player who did DC. Hopefully they do rejoin and we can get started, but quite the long break so far between GPs. No idea who DC'd though.
we'll see that final person join. There we go, Seek. Well done. You've joined.
Seek. It's mainly Seek. I think he's, I don't know, maybe something's going on with his net or he's just leaving. Might have to do something. But that 12 being in hopefully does signal that we are ready to go sometime shortly. We're probably just going to wait for room stability for Seek to actually connect to everyone in the room probably, and then hopefully we can get started with no disconnections, because another round of conditionals would not be appreciated.
Another round. Let's not have one if we can help it. Let's have a very quick look in the stream chat just in case. Don't think. Oh, I hope we lose by a ton. That would be hilarious. I'm not sure that's the attitude we're looking for, but maybe.
I know Tom got subbed, but I don't know who else. I think it was Sander. Let me quickly go check the room.
Oh, quite
Jeff, mate. Yeah, it was Sander and Tom.
Something's gone unfortunate there.
Oh, that.
Yeah, a few people decided to learn how to copy paste the message. No, it's not happening. I've dummied there. Nearly copy pasted the wrong message into the chat, because we all need to know that while we're waiting, you can feel free to check out the. I think we've heard it a few times, but yeah, you can feel free to check out the schedule for tomorrow's matches. I guess we can actually have a look at them while we have a quick wait. The matches tomorrow. Trust me to not have any matches for tomorrow loaded. We've got Australia playing UK and Ireland at 9 AM Eastern. That's going to be, I believe, 2 PM UK time. USA play France in the X group. Again, very important match, because if USA drop points in the final 2 matches, then one of the other teams still is in with a chance of knocking USA out of the top 2 altogether. If France can somehow 2-0-2, the UK can still 2-0-2, Ibero-America can still 2-0-2.
Right.
So lots of chances there. That's at 12 Eastern, so 5 PM UK time. Then the all-important match, Canada-Germany, or the all-important match for Group Y. That's going to be 5 PM Eastern. That will be dictating whether or not it's going to be this kind of battle for second, or if Canada can hold on here, if Canada can get second without having to worry about Nordic's German match, which I think is the only match played on Sunday.
Right.
And
we're expecting USA to win the other group though, so I mean, getting first in this group is going to be very important, because second place in this group will obviously play first place in the other group, and vice versa. And if USA do manage to top their group, which is expected, if Canada do manage to pull through and still get second, they are going to be against a very strong side who have won the MKWC World Cup 2 years running and hoping to defend for a third time. So That first place, although B&L are pretty much secured in their first, they would like to keep it so they don't have to possibly run into USA, and maybe they'll come up against a team like LTA/UK, which will be a lot better for them.
Yeah.
They definitely prefer that.
I mean, obviously remember that it is double elimination, as you can see there, so being
Right.
knocked out in the first match of the eliminations doesn't mean you're out completely, it just means you're in the losers bracket, so maybe you'd want to kind of face some of the harder teams first and just hope that the you can have an easier path to the grand final if the losers bracket ends up being easier for certain teams. You never know. Some teams do play a lot better under the pressure of being in that bracket. But regardless, BCW going to be coming in here.
Yay, we got started.
We did get started, and we have got a golden for Jonah. So
That's a really good pull for Jonah. And he's already got this into 4th, and he's most likely going to be able to hold it for the majority of the wrap. We'll have to see what he does with it if he actually goes for straight up glitch already, but I think this is Canada 2, 3, 4. I'm not 100% sure on who's first. He's just actually going to be using it around the spiral, so this should take him to first. He's kind of able to string past Neuro here.
not actually sure what happened in Europe. Maybe he got hit by the power early or something, but
That power definitely just hurt a lot of people. Mikey is, I think, in 2nd place currently though, so I don't think we'll be seeing any back fig coming out from Jonah, and he should have quite a decent time at holding this. We do have Jeff back there in 3rd, so B&L's front running threat is still there, but for now, obviously this is a non-trolling war, so nothing really should be hurting Jonah, as he has established quite a decent break already. Only a blue shell / shock is going to be hurting him, as he's most likely going to be spamming all of his items back. Does lose his green though. I think he was possibly going for a glitch block, but wrong side.
yeah, I mean,
Correct
I think
timing.
Sora's actually been hit. I'm not sure if that's... No, it's not going to get Sora off, but on the minimap you could see the Rosalina spin out, so Canada could be in 2nd at this point.
I mean, this first place break's just pretty much extended quite a lot. I don't think he is going to be in any threat. We do see Apollo is waiting up here. None of the baggers are near each other. Canada's bagger Seek did actually just jump off, so possible that Apollo is actually just holding it up here. He might just decide to sit in this area so he can get the TS onto Jonah. We'll have to see what
I'm
happens.
not sure first would be the best TS spot, depending on what the other... Oh, okay, they've opted for first, so clearly...
I think first is fine, just because you actually get spawned quite a lot way back.
Yeah,
so
I guess Canada
we
were
fails
in...
the mini turbo boost, so that's actually going to be B&L top 2 right now. Mikey's going to hope to actually do something about that, but a lot of B&L are up here right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Canada were in 2nd or 3rd, it might have been more damaging, but clearly the spot's benefited.
Sora gets
so,
bumped off.
well, that
Lucio
blue,
does
though,
come in.
and he does get the
does.
pass.
Right, but this is still going to be first, I think, for B&L, as Jeff should be getting this first place. Mikey is up here. Mikey does actually get hit out at 2nd. As soon as I say that, about 2-3 is going to be in the bag.
Oh,
snipe
Jeff!
possibly. Oh,
Jeff,
my
that is unfortunate
God.
for Jeff, and he's lost
See you
it.
later. Did he get that bomb in 4th?
It's definitely gone well for him, regardless of where he pulled it. He can definitely use it. That may have just twisted the results of the race quite heavily there. Canada
I think that's
getting
definitely helped them a lot. I think even though I think it was Nura that got hit out of 2nd, I think he should be able to at least keep a top half spot possibly from that, but that bomb snipe from Jonah was something else. Okay, so Mikey did get 5th in the end. Top 2, yeah, it was Mikey that got hit out first, sorry, not Neuro. So top 2, Mikey did actually hold on to 5th place, which is good for him. 9-10, not the best for them, but I think that's going to be a winning race, +5 over to Canada, and that was definitely going to be a very good race for B&L with that shot coming in, but clutch bomb does get pulled from Jonah and gets him inches from the line. And that's going to extend Canada's lead from +30 to +35. So like I said, a good 30 minutes ago now that we've had a break, if they keep winning these races, although +30 isn't the biggest amount for them, +35 and 7 is a lot harder to come back than +30 and 8, and if they can keep getting these race wins. it's going to be very good for him. So once again, well played from Jonah to pull that right back.
Few people really celebrating that Jeff bomb.
That was a good bomb from Jeff.
Yes, that's
Not
been
Jeff.
that's been
Not
clipped.
Jeff's bomb. It was a good bomb on Jeff.
It's a good bomb on Jeff, but it's been clipped. I can tell you that much. So that's going to be Twitch famous.
Alright, DDR from Canada this time around, so getting another track pick. And DDR, one of those tracks where you can front run, but quite a lot of times we do mainly see people get their front runs from taking the lap 1 ultra shortcut, so we'll have to see who is lucky enough to get those triple streams and goldens. Neuro fails the sand hop and actually lag bumps Jonah into the cactus as well, so they're going to go from their top 2 instantly back to the bottom of the pack. But arguably that is somewhere where you want to be. This 9th place start is most likely going to be used as a chain for triple streams, and he actually does use it a little bit early, so maybe he just wants that gold and does get the triple streams, so decides to chain it more earlier than we expected. He's going to be chaining his streams once again, so he really does want that gold.
Oh, he's off!
He's going to
off the track.
straight into the bat, and that's going to send him into 10th. And
Doesn't actually get the start up either, so he's
yeah,
quite far behind actually. We do see a bagger, that's Apollo there, so Apollo further behind than Sick as well, so that could be indicating that Apollo may be able to pull the shock, and he doesn't actually make the sand hop either, so
yeah. Luckily he does get the gold, so it's not going to be matter too much, but slight misplay just because we did see him fail mini turbo both races so far on that respawn. He's going to be in temp, which isn't the worst. He actually does get Bill, so most likely Shock is either in play or is about to be in play very soon. So we'll have to see what Jonah decides to do with this Bill. Jeff does get TT before boxes, and that's going to be May and Jeff in 9-10 for now. But this Bill is going to be very crucial. The pack is quite split up. We do see those top 2 runners are gone. Shock does come in. I'm not too sure if that was a prediction or they were just forced to use it. So not too sure who actually used that shot, but that's going to take him all the way into 2nd. Neuro's
first.
happily in 1st, and this should be top 2 in the bag unless we see a late blue shell come in from the side of Benelux. But very good Shock if that was on the side of Canada. Most likely was as soon as the Bill was used, the Shock did come in. So top 2 should be fine. Does get power, doesn't get a box, but 3rd is too far behind for it to matter. Most likely just going to play safe and go a little bit wide last turn. Nothing is there. So top 2, is he going to be
slowing
waiting?
down? There's Mikey in 3rd, and that slowdown's actually been very useful for them. The blue was coming, so
yeah, very well played from Jonah. If he crossed the line, that would have been Mikey losing 3rd and most likely getting something like 7th or 8th because that was a very tight pack. So well played from Jonah for slowing down, and that's going to reward them with a top 3. So far these impact subs have not done the work for him. Obviously Jeff did do quite well to get into 1st and hold it until the line, but we're still seeing race losses even with the 2 superstar subs, so they need to start doing something soon because a top 3-5, once again Insane does get temp, so it's not the greatest, but still a top 3-5 is what they need.
Win by 19 actually, so quite a poor race for Benelux when you really look at the scores now, with Benelux down 54.
That was pretty funny. We actually saw, right at the start of the race, we saw Jonah and they kept... Oh, bit of a lag there.
Skype's decided to give up while you were talking, I'm afraid. You might want to re-save.
Anyway, no, I was just saying how it was funny because Jonah and Neuro actually started top 2. Both failed sand top and then both got top 2. So Neuro's 30 and Jonah's 24 at the moment is putting in the work for him. Insane is official blue holder, so I'm guessing they're actually holding blue, so well played. From the side of Insane, able to hold that one. Probably held it for the majority of the race as can, were front running that race quite well, so they just need to keep this up, because if we've seen, I think 3 races so far that we've had a plus 15 or more already from the side of Canada, so that's plus 45 in 3 races alone, not to mention the other race wins they've picked up. Even though they're small race wins, they are still noticeable. But still, we're going to be going over to Sherbetland now, and we're going to be seeing quite a bottom spot for Jonah. Should be able to get a draft maybe from these top 2 members from BNL, or he can just peel triple reds, and he's probably going to hit both.
Actually,
Which he
connects to the banana.
drafts into the banana and then reds the penguin, so Jeff's actually able to pars him from that, and that's going to be top 3 for now. So Seek hopefully is going to get shot.
Oh,
top
mate!
4, and there's
That
May.
is May's kind of trademark schlag there. It's actually made a lot of damage.
God damn it! I think he megaed 2 people and like forced someone to drive into a fib as well. So that's not the best for Canada. So once again, that's what we need to see from May for the majority of this war, because Mega in 4th, most people would love to hold that for a dodge, but May is just like, no, give us that breakaway. And we're going to be seeing all of Canada back here. Neuro's back here, Insane's back here. Jonah actually did just shrew him off.
A very
so
quick
that's
watch at
gonna put him
Olafray
in
while he's fallen off.
and going over to the side of B now, and this is easy picking for them right now. They're going to be drafting each other all the time, extending their lead at the moment, and I don't think too much is going to be able to harm them. I mean, Shock is very strong on this track just because off-road, but Apollo is actually winning the bag in more backwards, so if Seek does get it, it's most likely going to be in 11th. But we'll have to see. If Apollo has Shock, I don't really see anything hurting BNL. Even if they do get a blue shell, they still have supporting members behind Olafray right now. We'll have a look at the back just to see if Jonah's managed to actually catch up, as he did fall off. He's in 8th, so he does get that blue straight away. He's going to be able to throw that out, so that's going to help slightly. We do have quite a lot of dodges coming in for Canada, but no Shock as of now. So I'm guessing Shock is probably in play from Apollo, and he's going to be holding it most likely.
I mean, he's going to be holding it, but it looks like a few of the Benelux members have lost their spots. So it's not going to be a perfect top 4 or top 3, I don't think, but regardless.
Possibly could be a top 3, we'll have to see. Jonah's actually building up, so we'll see who he does decide to spot. Late Shock comes in, and this is going to be huge for him. He's actually going to dodge up all the way to 4th, possible 3rd. Doesn't look like it, and that top 3, I think, was still in favour of BNL. I think they did hold that 1st and possible 5th from May, so I mean, if they get a top 3-5, that just cancels out last race, so we go back to where we were, possibly looking at like another plus 35 overall for Canada, but we'll have to see. That was a very good race for BNL. Shock did pretty much save them right at the end. I mean, he went from guaranteed 10th to 4th with that Shock, so that is good, but it wasn't enough to stop that top 3.
Yeah, we've got to wait for the final results. We did see a few. It's been quite a few mistakes actually from Jonah.
Yeah, top 3-5. Okay, so they got the top 3-5-10, so I think that's literally a replica of the other race. So yeah, exact replica. So scrap DDR, never happened.
Never happened.
We're back to a 35-point lead for Canada, but I mean, Canada can't be too upset about that. What they've done is they've managed to gain a 5-point difference over 3 races. So even though that race wasn't the best for them, and they would hope to hold on to the previous lead that they have, which was looking at 50, plus 35 is still very good for it, and they should be able to hopefully hold on to this one. There's only 5 races left, so if BNL need to start doing something pretty soon, they're looking at getting like plus 8 races consistently, or plus 9, sorry, races consistently, and hopefully doing that. But if Canada get one more race like they did on DDR, then it can all turn upside down. But same thing on the other side of the spectrum, if BNL get another race like that, then they're going to be cutting that point difference straight out. And Move Your Highway, what the track to do it on. Hopefully, they are definitely going to be hoping that they get their track pick. Both teams are desperately hoping for this track, because they do not want to give up Peach Gardens. We'll have to see though.
Oh, Peach Gardens and Slides.
Okay,
Slides pick is going to be hailed a miracle if Canada can come back from the top 3-5 they're currently losing from.
Inside of the 4 Move Your Highway picks actually goes over 2 Slides, so they've got to be happy with this track pick. They really did not want to give up the top 3 on Moonview and a possible breakaway, but he's going to be able to spam that draft straight away, get into 1st place, and Neuro does actually get possibly more shrooms holding in top 2. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's kind of somewhat interesting because people like Jonah you might have normally seen gone for triple shrooms, but obviously Jonah was in a spot where it wouldn't really benefit. So Neuro and Insane may be the 2 with shrooms.
Yeah. I think Neuro's box was in like 7th or 8th, so it's very unlikely that he did get a single shroom. We'll have to look We actually do have top 4 right now as Mikey is in 4th place. We'll have to see if these top 2 actually do go for it. He does back the green. Oh, Powell comes in. Neuro is able to get out of the skin of his teeth. He actually does hit the grass right at the end, so it wasn't too helpful for him, but he still did save time. Great power coming out from BNL because that lead could have been a lot better, but still top 3 in the bag for them. We do have Sora back there for BNL in ninth, as we can see the Rosalina, but 10th place actually did hit something, so he's going to be sent all the way back, and it's all up to the baggers. It does look like Apollo's slightly in the lead once again though, so BNL shock is definitely a possibility, but a 3rd place for him can't be too sad about that one. I ain't seen many TCs. I wouldn't really chain boxes in 3rd, just because if you get a TT then that can just kill your break, but
no, he's
does
just
get rewarded on the lucky
shortcut
side.
there, and that shortcut
Insane
will be...
takes it again.
Yeah, looks as if Canada are going to have quite a few of the high spots, but obviously if Apollo has the shock, which it doesn't actually look like yet, it's really weird
Apollo needs to
what
move
he's trying to
out the way.
do. Hello, Apollo! Earth to Apollo, please don't troll.
What was he even going for though? I mean,
I think he was either trying to hit a chain chomp or go for a chain chomp box, but clearly that'd steal it from the runners, so I'm not sure what he's doing. That power is going to be coming in though, and it does actually connect with Jonah's greens.
Oh no, what just... That actually just happened. That power was actually brutal.
It was, and Benelux have
Whoever
actually been
used
able
that
to recover
power.
really well there.
It's not the fact that he got powered into his own green, it's the fact that Neuro got powered into his other green as well. So they actually lost top 3 from that and just pretty much gave BNL the race. I don't think they... It was a very close race anyway, but
BNL
still.
got 2, 3, 5, so it's going to be quite a mixed score, depending on what happened in the middle.
That's not good for him at all. Oh, that power completely killed him. I want to congratulate Jonah on his fair play, because if he decided to keep wheeling, that would have definitely been a -10, as Apollo was a little bit too close to the races. Just watching it back now, if he... Not too sure what he was going for. There was no chain jump even anywhere close to that. He kind of just teleported. He was like, yep, let me just give you this.
I'm hoping that my scores add up, but we're having a bit of a hope at that point.
Oh, so Canada still did actually get the race win, but god, that could have been a lot worse. That POW, once again, powered into his own green. Neuro powered into the other green. Someone got powered into the 3rd green as well. Like
Yeah.
literally 3 people got hit by that POW into the greens. But Canada still picking up the race win, so can't be too disheartened with that one. They still do get a +3, and that's going to make it a 38-point lead as we do go into the last GP. So +8 GP for Canada. And we're looking at pretty much, they need to win the races by like +9/+11. They need a +9, +11, +9, +11 to steal this one away. But if we do see another race win coming in for Canada, it's looking unlikely for BNL to pull this one back. But the substitutions, although we did see May make a pretty much god play on, what was it? It was Sherbetland. We saw May Sherbetland was very nice for
Yeah,
him.
that Mega on Sherbetland did a lot of damage against Canada, and they couldn't recover too much from it. We'll have to hope that if Benelux do have a chance to get back in it, May can perform a few more of those stop trolls. Obviously, we have made comments about that before in the Cup, where we said that May is the kind of mid-pack player that can do that kind of stuff, but haven't seen too much last GP other than Sherbetland. Maybe he did stuff we couldn't see on our screens, but regardless, he's got to do a lot more to
Right.
help Benelux win this.
I mean, we've just seen... I mean, they can't really do anything if Apollo's not getting as many shocks. I mean, I think most of the most impact... I mean, BCW was a good shock, because that did hurt them a lot. But, I mean, tracks like... There's been so many tracks where if Apollo just did get the shock right at the end, we've seen so many BNL members in dodges, but they weren't able to do anything with it. But I'm pretty surprised by Apollo, because we have seen better performances from him. Maybe he's... I mean, to be fair, he is in 12th pretty much all the time when I do see him, so there is the factor of luck being in play, and 11th place shocks are quite common in these 6v6 wars, but Apollo definitely does need to hope to try and get these shocks in the last 4 races of this wars. We do have a nice standard 150cc GP. We'll have to see what tracks are left. We do have quite a good few tracks left, which are popular: Movie Highway, BC3, RBC, tracks like that. MC3 coming out for B&L though, and this is pretty much where we're at last time, but the teams have swapped around because they do not want to let Canada get Movie Highway right now with their spots, and they are hoping that this MC3 does come out. Random once again from Mikey. I just want to see like a random pick come out. Every time I see that random, I just want it to get picked. Nope, looks like we are going to be going over to Movie Highway.
We'll see if Canada may be able to shut out Benelux with this race.
Yeah, B&L needs to shroom up. They really need Goldens and get up there because Insane is in third right now, and if you can hold first for like the first few turns and just back spam, people can just hit cars and hit everything and you just get a break out of nowhere. So we'll have to see what happens. Single green in fifth, probably one of the worst items you could ever imagine to get in fifth apart from a TC, so not going to be helping him at all, as he's hoping for a box at this next set, which he should be able to get in seventh, and that's more like it, the triple shrooms.
Yeah, we'll have to see, making sure that he doesn't hit Olafray's bananas. Very nice attempt to schlag, I guess, but he has finally thrown them forwards. And Jonah still with these shrooms. We see Slide, we see, I believe
up there in
that's Neuro, yeah, so...
Okay, interesting. Maybe just try to bump him into the car. I'm not too sure who is actually in first though, and that first place is going to decide a lot. Oh, it's actually Insane who did get sniped out at first, I believe. Lagged bomb car actually does connect with Slide and Sora. I think, oh no, Sora did actually avoid it. So top two right now, Swerve Fib possibly does get green for his troubles, and he's going to be sent back. So well played from Olafray. Well played from Sora, sorry, to avoid that one and punish him for it. Insane does get card right there, and we don't really need to see this right now. Canada are losing a lot of their top spots. They had top three, and that's instantly gone down to only having first place. Jonah's trying his hardest to schlag with a single red, which he is going to force May to use his mega. Dodge comes in anyway, and this is what we need. That's 3 dodges right now coming up from B&L. Jeff actually did dodge and drive straight into that wall, so his dodge not going to be as useful as his teammates, but this is looking very strong for a B&L race right now.
I mean, it's all down to the top few spots. We know that...
Olafray gets a tease. I don't think he's going to pass it either.
No. We know that Sora and Leo are in the spots ahead. Olafray is behind Jonah, so...
Jeff's back there as well, I imagine.
Yeah, Canada could still have a good race. I mean, at this point, it's...
Oh, he streamed?
Jonah!
The greedy play. He didn't lose anything. He went from 7th to 7th, so fair enough, but he just tried to shroom past Sora at the end, and he hits the bomb car for it. I actually want to see if Sora managed to actually get hit by that bomb car as well. I don't think he did, as Jonah did lose those spots. I'm guessing they did pass, but I think that was a very even race. It does depend on what May, and I'm not too sure who the other dodger was for B&L apart from Jeff. There was 3, I think it was Leo. Okay, so May and Leo were able to get the 1, 4, 5. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. I think that's going to be a Canada race win.
Canada +1.
Canada +1, okay, so once again, even though these race wins could be a lot better than they should be, I mean, we look at Peach Gardens, they lost a free top 3. We look at Movie Highway right there, they lost a top 3 break from that bomb car, and obviously Sora's green snipe, but race wins both times, and race wins is all they really need at the moment. It doesn't matter if they win by 1 point, it doesn't matter if they win by 100. Obviously point differential is important, but if they win this, and if they win against Germany, they're through. And if they win this and lose against Germany, they can still go through, depending on how much they win this and how much they lose by Germany. So it is pretty much all to play for right now, and Canada are hoping that the next 3 races go more in their favour so they can extend their point differential. B&L obviously hope that they can get first seed. It is still likely that they can lose this and still get first seed anyway, so we'll have to see, but Canada definitely want to get this race win and GP win. BC3?
Yeah, it's going to be a BC3 coming in from Jeff's me, I believe, there. So Benelux still in with a chance. They are 39 down, so they've got to get a few of those plus 19 races that we've seen a few of already, but they are running out of time, and like you said, a win's a win. All Canada need to do is give really small wins, and you know, Benelux are quite far behind for the 3 races they have left.
I mean, I think Leo should be unblocking here. I think it's definitely likely that Nuro is going to be trying to block Cut here. Does actually block it. Who are we going to be seeing making this cut though? And it looks like it's going to be 2 Canada members, Mikey and Jonah, make it. And that's Jeff actually makes it as well, but he made it with the golden, so he's going to take first. But this track is so reliant on this lap 1 cut, just because, as you can see, it's 15 seconds between first and last already in a 43-second lap. So this track definitely one of the more spread out packs because of that OP shortcut. Jeff is going to be spamming his heart out of his items at the moment to hold these back. He does need to make sure he can get something to block the cut though, because Shroom in third, if he doesn't block it and keeps getting greens, this is free first for Jonah as long as he doesn't choke. Mikey does get hit and the fib does come in, so Jeff is going to hold his first. And are we going to be seeing Jonah hold this Shroom? Most likely he will be. Oh my god. Oh,
no longer going to be seeing Jonah hold that Shroom.
Okay, oh, that was actually amazing. He did the back snipe, so you do the trick, and if you throw the fib at a certain point in the trick, it actually goes backwards. And Jeff executed that perfectly. So, very well played from Jeff with his items. He's actually going to get blued for it, and oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Not again. We saw this happen to Jeff before. We don't need to see it again.
Yeah, Italy did that to Jeff, I believe, but...
Yeah, was it Italy? But, I mean, that was one of the times where it's not just, haha, let's annoy Jeff. It's actually very smart. Because Triple Red's in second, Mikey is pretty much guaranteed first now. Even the shortcut is looking unlikely for someone to break away from him, as he's got a very nice break for himself. And I think that's actually Neuro up there as well with him. Blue Shell is pulled, and I don't think we're going to be seeing him throw this one at all this race. So we have Slide in fourth as well, and I think this is the race that Canada need. Look at the BNL members, they're all failing cut back there. He does throw blue right at the end, so possibly just trying to hit second with it maybe. We'll have to see, but I think, if I'm not mistaken...
Sora's gone. Sora's been hit.
Canada's back there, actually. Oh, okay.
Sora's been hit. Apollo with an interesting stop on the line tactic that didn't
Not
particularly
sure what happened
work.
to Mikey. I don't know what happened to Mikey at all.
I mean, given that blue, I believe, must have connected with Sora, Canada must have still had some decent spots. I mean,
I think Canada had 2 players up there. They had Slide and Neuro up there, definitely. And then we saw 5-6 from... Yep, 1-3... Okay, so Mikey didn't get 6th. Olafrey. Wait a minute. No, okay, never mind. It was Apollo bumped Jonah, not Mikey. I was going to say that could have been a possible troll because of what Olafrey beat Mikey, but wrong person. Brain lag. But still, once again, it's only a +5, but it's still a winning race. And now, Benelux have gone from, oh, we're down 30 with 8 left. It's not too bad. Let's sub in Jeff and May, and we can bring this one back to, oh, we're down 44 now, and we only have 2 races left. And plus 20 races, we're looking at top 3s.
Yeah, those plus 19s aren't going to be helping you. The top 3, 5, 10 or anything. They're not going to be helping you now. You need top 4s, top 5s, that kind of stuff. And not sure we're going to be seeing too many come out, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Canada's Jonah here, opting to pick Waluigi Stadium against the will of his own team, who have all picked Maple Tree Way. But Grumble Volcano coming in from the majority of Benelux. We'll have to see what gets picked here. It's going to be Maple Tree Way, so Canada getting their way again. And this might just be the race to end Benelux's flawless group stage. Going to be seeing Jonah try getting the draft off on 3rd place, I believe. No, he's actually just going to be going for the...
Yeah, I think hopping in cut's smart. He's the only one who hopped in cut, so he's going to be getting a 9th place box in like 3rd or something. Well, not 3rd, that's a bit too optimistic, but 6th. and he's very close to the pack. He's going to be using one just to get up there, uses the other, and he does have a shroom in first to leave him with that, and there is no reason for him to use this one as... Oh no, Olafray actually was the one that got up there with him, so he's probably going to lose his first place to Olafray, as he does right there. But 2-3-4 right now for Canada, and as long as they can get Olafray at first possible draft, and he does get the draft, can he bump him off on the bridge? No, he can't, but he does get past him anyway.
Hang on.
Now the thing is...
There's one thing that's gone horribly wrong on the stream. Some people might be able to hear it, but Fox has decided to stream again, so I'm hearing some daisies in the background. That went wrong, but regardless, Jonah in first place with a green shell now. Good protection. Oh no, he's opted to get rid of it, but regardless, still has the chance to pull that. Nope, doesn't get a box there, goes through. Got to watch out for the Wigglers. The Wigglers aren't in his way anyway. No ground stars off the leaf pile.
Yeah, I think he should just play safe and go for a box here, even though he does have a nice break. Maybe it's...
No.
Okay, I'm guessing it might be Canada in second then. Actually, there's quite a lot, yeah, Nura actually in second up there, so... This is looking like a likely top 2 for now. It is only lap 2 beginning. We do see most of the shocks on this track come in with cannon dodges on lap 3, so... Very likely to see a shot come in the next 10 or 15 seconds. Is he going to stop at the cannon and help his team catch up and go for a cannon dodge? No, they might be cannon dodging all of the mid spots though. Okay, it's most likely BNL are holding the shock then, if it is in play, because they probably would have dodged that 2-3-4. I think they have a lot of the top spots right now. Wigglers are
There's
in
Apollo.
contact.
Apollo really playing a bit risky by sitting in the middle of where the runners are normally, but hasn't affected Jonah at least, and Jonah's still in first place. Could go for that shroom, does opt to go for the shroom, so
Jeff's in second.
That PAL might... Is that targeted Jeff?
I think that tried to
That's targeted Jeff. Jeff's off.
Jeff actually got powered off, and he actually is going to use the shock to dodge Jeff from his fall. So I think Jeff will still be getting third anyway, but is it going to be Nura getting second?
It's Mikey.
Oh no, it's Mikey. So yeah, Jeff... Possibly an indiv call just to... Oh, no, please. I think I just saw Jeff got killed.
You think you just saw Jeff got killed?
I saw a Funky Kong on the line spin out for a good 5 seconds. Just after Mikey finished.
For Jeff's sake, let's hope it's not Jeff.
I think it was.
You think it was Jeff? Well, let's find
out.
It
might have been 4th place, but I think... I'm pretty sure that Jeff just got killed.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff got absolutely murdered.
That's unfortunate for Jeff, but Jeff has taken another fall. Canada getting a 47-26 race. That is it. Canada cannot lose the war.
And I mean, if Canada can keep this up for another race and get a very nice last race, and if they can beat Germany tomorrow, they can top the group and avoid USA if they win the group. So this Canada squad has done very good. I mean, yes, we did see GP1 was a suboptimal lineup from BNL, but even right now they have Olafray, they have Sora, they have May, they have Jeff, they have Apollo. That's 5 of their main squad. And this GP so far, Canada, they're doing well. Blue number 4 hit me in 7 races. Unlucky.
That is blue number 4.
I wonder what hit him on the line.
Maybe it was the blue.
That would have been a very risky blue though, because I mean Mikey and Jeff were pretty much finishing near the same time, but yeah, Canada, they've got what they wanted. They've got a very convincing win over BNL. I mean, it might not be convincing if they get top 5 now, but that's looking very unlikely on a track like GCN Mario Circuit. But even if they get top 5 or top 6, they are running away with this war as the winners, and they have to be happy with that because they have a very important match ahead of them. But going into the last race, we will see Jonah trying to front run this. His first place is going to last a measly 5 or so seconds, as we're going to see everyone taking the cut right here. Going to lose all his spots.
1 person, 2 people, 3 people taking the cut, only 1 getting past him.
Jeff outlines him. There you go.
Jeff might get sniped. No, not going to be getting sniped there. Jeff has to watch out for all these items, but he's the only one in this kind of top area
Okay,
for... Oh, has he gone? He's
I
gone!
think Gone where? How did... a little bit of grass just slowed him down that much, but Mikey's going to be getting blued, so no longer his nice little front run for him. Oh!
Jonah
Bit of a
opting to
split
hold
decision.
on.
I mean, that might have been the thing where, oh look, I just got shock as soon as he went for the cut, and he was like, oh no, I want to dodge. A massive bomb comes out from B&L, and they're going to be bottom 3 races. Canada Mikey does get hit back as well, so bottom 4 races right now. And if B&L can get a good race here, they can possibly get the point differential they need to hold on to their first seed.
There is a blue
We'll
coming
have
in
to
as
see.
well, though, so first place going to go down. I think we're going to be seeing some shock coming in around...
Some shock. Are we going to be seeing some shock here?
Some shock?
we're not.
No, some shock.
This is still top 2 right now, top 3. We do actually see Jonah does able to stream up, but May has first in the bag.
Olafray does
Yeah,
get connected
Trails
there.
Olafray. Is he going to be able to hold second though? I think he needs to hold the second to stop it from being a very dominant B&L race, but it looks like he should be able to do so.
That red is going to be coming... That red connects.
What did he do with his red? Did he
Threw
throw
it
at May?
forwards, yeah. I don't know why,
Why?
but that's top 5, I think. Oh no,
No,
it's
Jeff
not
got
top
back
5.
Why would you throw that red forwards when May was literally finished?
I don't know, but they've opted to do so.
I mean, that was silly. I mean, Jonah just said it in chat, but that was silly, but... I mean,
It was silly, I'm afraid.
I mean, they won the war, but in hindsight, if that random red forward could cost you point differential on a possible first seed, but that is going to be the top 4 for B&L, and what we thought was a very good plus 70 has gone all the way back down to
A plus
a
40.
So 40-point lead against the group leaders who are undefeated. They've got to be happy with that anyway. B&L May coming in with a 39. Jeff actually 12 that GP, so that's not going to look too good on his indivs.
No, that's...
Did get blued quite a few times that GP.
Yeah, he was unfortunately the victim of a lot of deaths on the line, but regardless...
He meant to back Reddit. Unlucky.
Ooh, well, yeah, unlucky. That's all we can say at this point, isn't it? But,
Slightly unlucky. I mean, Canada can't be upset with that. Plus 40 against the undefeated group leaders. That's going to be putting them in a very comfortable position. It means that this Germany match, although it is still very important, it means if they lose, they actually have a cushion to fall back on. Because if they lost against B&L here, it was pretty much a must-win. But at the moment, they can still lose and go through. So they've got to be happy with that. Any last thoughts to sum up this war?
I'm not really. I mean, Canada did what they were expected given the original lineup, so I'm very proud that they were able to hold on despite Jeff and May coming in. That was kind of the point when obviously a lot of the group in the chat were considering whether they wanted to change their allegiance, but looks like Canada held on, and they did enough with a 40-point difference.